So for the first for the lab, first of all, I'm going to build the RL circuit. Consists of a 10 ohms resistor, an inductor, and a 24 volt power source. So this is the power source which I'm going to measure to set to 24 volt AC. So after now I'm going to measure 24 volts after plugging my multimeter and set it up to measure voltage. So I'm going to turn on the power source. And here we are measuring 24, so I need 24 volts. So I have to go about so about 23.99 volt, which is when we round it to 24 volt. So now here is our circuit scheme, and then here is the actual circuit. So we have a resistor here, 10 ohm resistor, and we have and I have the inductor here, and they're all connected to 24 power, 24 volts AC power source. So I'm going to turn the power on and measure the voltage. Measure the voltage across each component. So with the 24 volt power source coming through the resistor, with the current passing through the resistor, we have a voltage drop of 0.736, which we are actually measuring across the resistor. Now I'm going to measure across the inductor, the voltage across the inductor. So I'm going to turn on the power, and then here at the inductor we have 24 volt, 23.78, which is about 24 volt to the inductor. So the second circuit that we're going to put together is the RLC circuit. Consists of a resistor, an ohm resistor, an inductor, and a capacitor. And we have a 20 volts power source. So here is the circuit. We have our power source here, 24 volt. We have our resistor here, 10 ohms. We have our inductor and the capacitor. Now I'm going to turn the power on and then measure the voltage across each component. First is the resistor. So we have a voltage of 0.814, which is higher than the previous circuit. Consists of only the resistor and the inductor. Now I'm going to measure voltage across the inductor. So now after measuring now we're measuring the voltage across the inductor. Now we can see it's 26, which is higher than when we measure the voltage across the inductor without the on the circuit without a capacitor. So now we are measuring voltage on the capacitor. So I'm going to turn the power on, and then we can see the voltage is 2.33 volts voltage across the capacitor. So the third circuit that we're going to build is the RC. Circuit. Consists of the resistor, 10 ohm resistor, and capacitor with a 24 volt AC power source. So here is the circuit. We have a power source again, and we have a 10 ohm resistor, and we have a capacitor. So, and now I'm going to measure the voltage across each component on the circuit. So first of all, I'm going to measure the voltage on the resistor. So I'm going to power the power supply on. So we have a voltage of 7.42 volts. So we have 7.42 volt drop here on the across the resistor with a 10 ohms resistance. And now I'm going to measure the voltage across the capacitor, voltage drop on the capacitor. So I'm going to turn the power on. As we can see, we have 21.35 volts, which is higher compared to when we had an inductor on the circuit. So we have 21 volts across the capacitor. On the circuit consists of a resistor and a capacitor only on the RC circuit.